The moment Aaron Mitchell realized what he had seen, the air seemed to leave his lungs, as if the world itself had recoiled in shock. It happened in a fraction of a second in a quiet office building in Columbus, Ohio, yet that second cracked something deep inside him. He had pushed open the wrong door while rushing to finish a late repair report, and there she was, his boss, Rebecca Collins, caught in a private moment she never meant to share. Aaron turned away instantly, mortified, his face burning with shame, but the damage was already done. What broke him wasn't what he saw, it was what happened next, and how it forced him to confront everything he believed about dignity, power, and his place in the world. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet strength of ordinary people, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them. Aaron was a single father who measured his life in small victories, getting his son Noah to school on time in Cleveland before dawn shifts, stretching every dollar to keep the lights on, and showing up to work even when grief still sat heavy in his chest from the wife he lost 3 years earlier. He had moved to Columbus for this job at a mid-sized logistics company because it promised stability, health insurance, and a chance to rebuild. Rebecca Collins, the CEO, was known for being sharp, distant, and intimidatingly competent. She was the kind of leader people whispered about in break rooms, brilliant, demanding, and untouchable. Aaron respected her deeply, not because she was powerful, but because she never seemed to waste anyone's time. He kept his head down, worked harder than required, and avoided attention. Believing invisibility was safer when you had everything to lose. That afternoon, the building was unusually quiet. Most employees had left early due to a winter storm warning, but Aaron stayed behind to finish a maintenance report that would help secure his position during an upcoming round of layoffs. He moved quickly through the executive floor, his mind already calculating bus schedules and grocery prices. The office doors all looked the same, and when he pushed one open without knocking, he froze. Rebecca was there, clearly in a moment of privacy, startled just as much as he was. Aaron turned away immediately, muttering apologies he wasn't sure she heard, his heart pounding so loud he thought it might shatter his ribs. He backed out, closed the door, and stood there shaking, certain he had just lost his job. What followed was silence, no shouting, no accusations. Just an email from Rebecca's assistant asking Aaron to come to her office the next morning. That night he barely slept. His mind replayed every possible outcome: termination, legal trouble, humiliation that would follow him from company to company. He thought about Noah, about how fragile their stability really was, and he felt smaller than he ever had before. He had spent his life trying to be careful, respectful, invisible, and still, fate had found a way to corner him. The next day, Aaron walked into Rebecca's office expecting cold professionalism or quiet fury. Instead, he was met with something he didn't expect at all. Rebecca looked tired, her usual armor replaced with a visible tension that made her seem human in a way he had never seen. She acknowledged the incident briefly, firmly, making it clear she understood it was an accident. There was no accusation in her tone, but there was something else: distance, discomfort, and an unspoken reminder of the power imbalance between them. She ended the meeting quickly, dismissing him with a nod that felt heavier than any reprimand. That was when it broke him inside. Not because he was punished, but because he realized how fragile his dignity was in a world where one mistake, even an innocent one, could redefine him. Over the following weeks, the office felt different. No one said anything openly, but Aaron felt watched. Meetings he used to attend were reassigned. His name stopped appearing on project emails. Rebecca avoided him entirely, not out of anger, but out of a need to erase the discomfort the incident had created. Aaron understood, but understanding didn't make it hurt less. He felt like a walking reminder of a moment she wanted to forget, and the weight of that isolation pressed down on him daily. At home, Noah noticed the change. Aaron was quieter, distracted, his laughter replaced by long stares at nothing. He questioned his worth, wondering if being a single dad with limited options meant he was always one step away from losing everything. He considered quitting, but the thought of unemployment terrified him more than the silence at work. He kept going, fixing things no one noticed, staying late, proving his value in ways that never seemed to reach the people who mattered. Then, something unexpected happened. During a company crisis involving a major system failure, Aaron was the only one who understood the aging infrastructure well enough to prevent a total shutdown. He worked through the night, fueled by coffee and desperation, knowing that if he failed, hundreds of jobs would be at risk. When the system finally stabilized at dawn, the building filled with relief. Rebecca arrived early, her composure cracking when she realized what could have happened. She saw Aaron, exhausted but steady, and for the first time since the incident, she truly looked at him. In the days that followed, Rebecca began to change how she treated him. She included him in discussions again, acknowledged his expertise, and slowly rebuilt the professional bridge that had burned in silence. There was still no mention of what happened that afternoon, but there was respect, and that mattered more. Aaron realized that healing didn't come from apologies or explanations, but from being seen for who he truly was, a man doing his best under impossible pressure. As months passed, Aaron's confidence returned, not because the past was erased, but because it no longer defined him. He earned a promotion that came with a modest raise, enough to breathe easier. Noah's laughter filled their small apartment again. Aaron learned that dignity wasn't something others could take away unless he let them. The incident that once threatened to destroy him became a quiet lesson in resilience, empathy, and the complicated humanity behind positions of power. If this story is touching your heart, pause for a second and let us know. Your likes, shares, and comments help stories like this reach people who need to feel less alone. Just before this story ends, we have one special request for you. Please comment below with the word hope if you believe that even painful moments can lead to growth and understanding. In the end, Aaron never forgot that single terrifying moment, but he no longer lived inside it. He chose to move forward, carrying the truth that life doesn't always break us in obvious ways. Sometimes it breaks us quietly, then gives us the chance to rebuild stronger than before. And in that rebuilding we find not just survival but grace.